You can listen to this practice wherever it is that you find yourself today. You can be sitting down, you can be laying down, or you can even be stretching and doing things if that's what you got to do. And hopefully wherever you're at when you listen, this will still be helpful to you in some way. So if you would prefer to listen to this practice while being in a still position, you can just let now be the time where you let yourself fidget, adjust, stretch, or move your body in whatever ways your body wants to move. Really doing your best to not think about these movements at all or worry about what anything looks like, but just stepping more fully into your sense of feeling as you become curious about how the body's feeling physically right now, and become curious about what movements feel good in your bones, muscles, and joints right now. And almost letting your body intuitively move you in the ways that feel good in your bones, muscles, and joints. Trusting your own instincts when it comes to movement. And if at any point what your body is calling for is stillness, then honoring that need for stillness whenever that feels like what you need. While also knowing that there is no rush whatsoever, and you may continue to move throughout this practice whenever you have the need to. But if you would prefer to listen while being in a dedicated, still position, and you have not made your way there already, then you may do so whenever you are ready. Just checking in as you arrive to a still position, if that's how you'd like to listen today. Checking in that your spine is nice and straight. And almost tracing with your mind that space from your tailbone all the way up through the lower back, middle back, upper back, through the back of your neck and up through the crown of the head. Maybe even imagining that there is a string at the very tip of your head, the highest point in your body, that is just gently lifting you. Letting yourself be as long as you are. And if you're in a space where you feel safe and would like to, and if you haven't already, you may allow your eyes to gently close. As you now take a moment to mark your arrival into your body today and into this practice today with a full, intentional cleansing breath. Calling in fresh, new air into the body, watching as you fill up with air to every corner and edge of you, getting as full as you can. And holding that for a moment when you are full, to just experience what it feels like to be full of air right now. And as you need to, slowly exhaling it all out of you, bit by bit. As you gently pull the navel in toward the spine at the bottom of your exhale to push any last bit of stagnant air out of you. As you again pause for a moment here to stay and experience the sense of emptiness in the body. Allowing your next breath to come in as it's needed. And so you may continue to breathe in this slow, intentional, and exaggerated way for as many rounds as feels good and helpful to you. Just knowing that there is no need to worry about the actual length of what your inhales and exhales and the pauses on either side are, but we are simply allowing each part of your breath, each of the 4 parts of your breath, to be exaggerated, whatever that means for you right now. So that we are simply communicating to our nervous system, to our body on a deep level, that now is the time to slow down, to turn our attention inward. And you may continue to breathe in this slow, intentional, exaggerated way for as many rounds as feels good and helpful to you. But at any point, if you haven't already, you may release all guidance over your breath altogether and allow yourself to step back and up in the mind as you come into the role of the observer and shift into a curious perspective. Becoming the witness to your own body breathing you. Witnessing all of your body's natural functions with the same energy that you would have when you witness any other force of nature. Just imagining how you feel when you are staring out at the ocean, watching each wave as it rolls up along the shoreline, or staring out at a grand landscape. Never trying to change anything about what it is you are witnessing, but simply witnessing life as it already exists. Life as it is. And so just seeing if you can bring that same energy into witnessing yourself exactly as you are. Even if the way that you are right now, or the way you are feeling right now, might contain some amount of pain, maybe some amount of sorrow, maybe some amount of joy, and maybe some amount of love and connection. Maybe anything in between. And just allow yourself to soften physically into all it is that you are feeling. Exhaling deeply into exactly who you are right now and exactly how you feel right now. as you remember that this healing practice and any and all healing practices must exist in reality. And reality will always contain a unique mixture of things that we label as positive, happy, uplifting, loving, and things that we label as negative, painful, sorrowful, and horrifying. And all the nuanced feelings in between the extremes. And just remind yourself that the only constant in life is change. Every single storm runs out of rain. And this too shall pass. All of these sayings can be really helpful reminders to us if we are in the middle of a storm, if we are experiencing a lot of pain in life. As this can just remind you that it is okay for you to feel bad things. It's okay for you to feel pain, sorrow, and all of the more negative aspects of life, because they are just as much a part of life as everything that we label as being good, positive, happy, loving, and all the good things. And oftentimes what can halt us or stop us from fully feeling the blessings that come our way and the good moments in our life is oftentimes not allowing ourselves to fully feel the less than pleasant times in our lives. And so the truth and the fact that everything changes can be a great comfort to you if you're in a place right now that you don't want to be in, because it will change. And it can also be great permission for you if you're in a place that feels really good right now to just soak it all in and make the most of it, because it will also change. And you can soak in all the goodness that you do feel to allow it to carry you to the next day or to the next moment, if that's how bad things are. And just remembering your own history and your own life as proof of this. You have already survived so many difficult things. The fact that you are alive in the body that you are in, listening to the words I'm saying, means that you have overcome quite a bit in your life. And you will continue to conquer whatever comes your way. And during the slower seasons of life, where we maybe take a step back or swerve in a different direction, maybe off track, so we can remember where the track actually is, we can just remind ourselves that you are allowed to Be kind to yourself. Be loving and patient with yourself. And you do not need to beat yourself up when you are already feeling bad. And oftentimes, the thickest, heaviest layer of our suffering is a layer that we put on ourselves when we are already feeling pain of any kind. The constant voice in our head saying, I don't want to feel this way, I don't want to feel this way, I want to feel any other way than I do right now. Just trying to run away from the present moment and what's here. But if we can notice whenever those should thoughts come up, if we're saying, I should be feeling better, I should be grateful, I should be happy, we can let those sayings be cues to just investigate a little bit deeper. And maybe you are exactly where you should be, simply because you are there. And you are allowed to acknowledge and accept exactly where you are right now, while at the same time acknowledging that maybe you don't want to be here right now. Maybe you want to be somewhere else in the future, or maybe you want to grow in a different direction. But we cannot change what we don't first accept. So it is safe for you to acknowledge and accept all aspects that make up who you are, even the ones that we are afraid to admit to ourselves. Because simply by bringing them into the light, by shining the light of your own awareness into those darker corners of you, you will feel lighter. There will be less unknowns. And you will be able to move forward in your life with more of a say in what direction you head in. And so you can continue to feel all that is here for you to feel. Continue to soften your body physically into all it is that you are feeling. As you listen to the following words that were written by young Pueblo in his book called Inward, you can allow anything that feels like it resonates with you to soak in deeper and just not worrying about the rest. A body is a field of moving energy and a system of information. As life continues its fluctuations, we tend to gather attachments, burdens, and sorrows. We hold them so tightly that they become embedded in the body, causing blockages and disruptions in the flow of our system, which can limit access to the best possible versions of ourselves. This sometimes manifests as ailments or disease, as well as a lack of belief in our own power and a lack of understanding of the universe. When we use healing techniques, the body begins realizing these knots of attachment, allowing our field of energy to return to balance and move more freely and powerfully. This causes changes in our body, not just physical changes, but immaterial and internal changes as well, such as believing in oneself more, the growth of love, and the aspiration to grow into wisdom. Really, there is no separation between the mind and the body. They move together as one under the leadership of our mental contents. Progress is when we forgive ourselves for taking so long to treat our bodies like a home. So you can just take these next few moments to just allow every single word that you've heard today and every feeling that you have felt today to settle within you. Imagining that every word and feeling is a little speck of glitter within this big snow globe of your own body. And now is the time where we let all the glitter settle to the bottom and let all the air clear. And just trusting that anything at all that felt like it resonated with you on a deep level, just trusting that that feeling can sometimes come when we hear on the outside what a part of ourselves already knows to be true on the inside. And so just allowing those deep truths to be enhanced within you so that you feel a little bit more confidence to act on your own intuition and to trust your own instincts. And if it feels like something you would like to do today, you can let your hands find each other in a prayer position toward heart center. As you just feel this contact of your palms and fingertips to one another, and you let your heart lift toward your thumbs as your thumbs press back toward your heart. As you take this moment now to tune in to the unique rhythm of your own heartbeat. As you now call in a final deep and full breath of air into the body, filling up to every corner and edge of you the most you have today. And as you exhale, letting go of anything at all you are ready to let go of, as you allow the head to gently bow. As you take this moment to bow to the source of energy that allows all of our hearts to beat, whatever you believe that to be. And bowing to everyone else in this space who has listened and completed this practice right alongside you. And finally, bowing to yourself for choosing to show up today and taking the time out of your busy life for this pure act of self-love and self-care. And may this act continue to heal you through the rest of your days and nights, And may you bring the same love and understanding to everything you do and to everyone that you see. Thank you, thank you, thank you.